Hello, 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 hello. Hopefully, maybe if I put it this way, it might make it a little easier. Hello, world. Um, I was being re inspired by a post that I posted, I guess, 2 or 3 days ago on Instagram and on Facebook. And it was as a response to a person who reached out with a lot of stuff going on in their lives. And they were struggling with how to be in the world, how to be in quote unquote functional in this reality. And so I shared on the chat with them, and then I copied and pasted it into Instagram and into Facebook. And I'd like to share it with you. So if you've known me for any length of time, you know that I absolutely love, adore, relish, am inspired by, am a lover of the tools of access consciousness. As those tools directed me, back to my wisdom, back to my knowing, back to a sense of space and relaxation and wonder. Um, that I never knew that I could be, that I never knew that I could have before. And one of the things that I love taking access classes, lots of them actually, because I just enjoy the space. And I don't generally choose anything from FOMO. I choose things from what's going to expand the way that I see the world, the way that I be in the world, how much fun I can have, how much joy I can have. And that one of the gifts of that for me is also the reference materials of access consciousness. So in access classes, if you go to a foundation class, a choice of possibilities class, even a bars class, there are moments, there are times when they'll take things out of the main manual when they no longer read on 80% or more of the people, or when they only read on 80% and not on a higher number of people. They will take things out and put them in what we call the reference materials, the access consciousness reference materials. And I'm a slut with the reference materials. I love this stuff. They've taken it out, and yet it reads on so many of us when we delve in and we explore. I'm part of a group that reads through them each week. I love them. I love the peace and the expansion and the space that I have in my life when I play with the tools, when I step into the space that the tools show me that I can be. So, from the reference materials of Access Consciousness, I found a snippet that contributed to someone, like I said at the beginning, and hopefully it will contribute to you too. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, the text is actually pasted beneath. If you're watching it on Instagram, there is a graphic of you being present. Being you will allow you to weather any storm, create any change, invite any possibility, and have total choice. Graphic, and you can read it if you like from there. Anyhow, I'm not sure if these are the words of Gary Douglas or Dr. Dane here. They are the co-creators of Access Consciousness, and here we go. Imagine, imagine if you woke up tomorrow morning and had absolutely no judgment of anything or anyone, not even you. Imagine if you were being a bubble of oneness and the judgment couldn't get in. Imagine that if every time a judgment came in, it actually added and expanded that bubble of oneness, the gratitude and the space, instead of subtracting from it. The oneness bubble around you gets bigger and bigger. It adds to the no judgment. It adds to what you can be aware of that be different than anybody else knows. But you're in this bubble somehow, and it starts to encompass the people around you. It shifts the world of the people around you, and they realize just for a brief moment that something different is possible. Look at that. That's being you and changing the world. You being this space of relaxation, this gratitude, this wonder, this awe at being alive. And everything just shifts and changes around you. So you walk throughout the world like this. Things come in, and instead of bringing you down, instead of compressing you, the oneness grows. The joy grows. The sense of peace grows, and the sense of space grows. No matter what comes at you, it gets easier. There is an energy of a different possibility for being, that we can be together. You can perceive the bubble around others grow when they are in your presence, because it's an acknowledgement of the being that we actually be. All that stuff is something that we have imposed on us. It's not actually us, and it's not actually what we can choose. It is a choice to be that dynamic. It is our choice to be that different. This is a choice that you have as a possibility for a way that you can live and be in the world. The aim of every tool in Access is to make that easier, to make it possible, and to make that choice available for all of us. You don't have to fight this reality anymore in order to have you. All you have to do is choose yours. Choose yours, and this reality will melt in your presence. And I love this so much. We get to relax into possibilities. We don't have to fight against anything. This isn't an either or world. We live in a world of everything is included and nothing has to be judged. And when we are that space of ease, when we are that space of relaxation, when we are that space of choosing possibilities and knowing that they exist and that they can exist and that they are absolutely amazing, the rest of the world will begin to see that that is possible for them too. This is the gift of being you and changing the world by your choice, by your touch, by your spaciousness, the space of being you. Everything around you begins to shift and to change. So, what gift are you that you've never, ever, ever imagined before? And what would it be like if you'd be willing to embrace it, include it, make every choice for the expansion of that oneness bubble, that ease bubble, that lightness bubble, and let all of life come to you with ease and joy and glory. So I just wanted to invite you in a verbal way. This is something so beautiful, and it's something that so often we forget, and we let this world impress itself upon us rather than allow us and our choices and our way of being in the world melt it. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And see you later, alligators.